Okay, I'm continuing my reading here in the Standard Works. What the series is I will be reading through the entire Standard Works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I will be reading in chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I go through this. I am currently reading in the book of Genesis, and I will, in this video, read the rest of chapter 42, which I began in my previous video. So, in the first half of the chapter, Jacob sends his 10 oldest sons to go buy corn in Egypt because the famine has spread throughout the entire Middle East area, so even those in Canaan are there. And there's a lot of people from outside of Egypt are going to buy corn. They go there, Joseph recognizes them, but they don't recognize him. He accuses them of being spies, and when they deny it, he eventually tells them, okay, I'm going to keep one of you in prison, the rest of you go back, and if you're telling the truth, bring your youngest brother with you to prove that you're true men. So that is where we left off. He just put Simeon in prison. We are picking up at verse 25. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way. And thus did he unto them. And they laded their asses with the corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, he espied his money, for behold, it was in his sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their hearts failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, What is this that God hath done unto us? So Joseph, he's not just letting him go. He's keeping Simeon, but the rest of them, he gives them all the corn they need, and he returns their money secretly. He doesn't tell them he's giving their money back. He secretly puts it back in their sacks. And when they find it, once again, just like they said, as I mentioned in the previous video there, they accepted responsibility, saying, all this is because what we did to Joseph. We did something horrible, and God is punishing us. Now they get their money back. They don't know that Joseph put it there. They think it's an act of God. And now they're really worried. What is God trying to do? What kind of punishment is God putting on us right now? Now, I will say there is some, in most public media, even in most movies, when they show this, it's like each one has an ass and like two sacks, one on either side. They drape them over the ass, and that's all they have. But how long would that last? There's 9 of them. There'd be 18 sacks. Even if each sack was 50 pounds, it wouldn't last a long time, considering that Jacob and all of his sons all of them had families. All of them had servants and everything. So the cattle might have been kept alive, grazing on what little was left of the grass. But that wouldn't be enough, just 18 sacks, to feed the household of Jacob. So I imagine that they had several pack animals, that they went and bought a caravan's worth of corn. It wasn't just one animal each. Now, this is just my speculations, but it just doesn't seem like one animal each would be enough, but that it's talking about a caravan of animals. Anyways, we continue. Verse 29. And they came unto Jacob their father unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, The man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. And we said unto him, We are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of one father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone, and bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. Okay, so they're reporting back to Jacob exactly what happened. Verse 35. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. So, a couple of things here. Jacob, of course, is mourning for Simeon. He's still mourning for Joseph. I don't think he's in the sackcloth and ashes like he was at the first. But he still feels the pain of Joseph's loss. And now he's feeling the pain of Simeon's loss. He is still mourning for Simeon. And so he says, I can't send Benjamin too. Benjamin's the only son of Rachel that I have left. I can't send him. I can't risk it. Now, Reuben makes his offer, which I think is a very strange offer to make. It is somewhat logical for the time. An even trade as the eye for an eye and everything. So if you lose your son, you can have my son. But that's not the way God works. And Reuben's his son, so he said, oh, well, if you lose Benjamin, kill my 2 sons. Why would Jacob want to kill his 2 grandsons? He's lost 2 sons. If he loses a 3rd son and then kills 2 of his grandsons, how's that going to help? But I actually do understand Reuben making the offer, making that pledge, because it would have been common for the day. And I don't know if Reuben literally meant to have his kids killed. I think this is a symbolic gesture of, give me the responsibility, I will take the responsibility, and if something happens, blame me. And I think this was Reuben trying to spare his brothers. He tried to stop them from selling Joseph, and he failed. And he went along with their deception, went along with their conspiracy. And now he is trying to say, look, let it be on me. I think he's really trying to protect his brothers still. As the eldest in the family, he's saying, look, blame me. Don't blame everybody else. Blame me. I'll take the responsibility. But Jacob says, no. If something happens to Benjamin, the grief will be too much for me. And so he refuses to let Benjamin go. And we will leave that here, and we will pick that up in the next chapter.